Newcastle United 1, AC Milan 2, meaning after all that, Paris Saint-Germain are the team to qualify alongside Borussia Dortmund to the next round of the Champions League. And Newcastle United end up out of everything. They've left Europe completely. Wow, what an interesting turn of events today in St. James's Park. Obviously, the Champions League group stage, the final match almost always guaranteed to be either, oh my days, one of the craziest matches ever. It's got so much ramifications, just like today, or like yesterday when it came to the Arsenal game, where it basically was just a dead rubber game. Thankfully, today we got a game that actually had real, I guess you could say, like ramifications that actually had knock-on effects to both teams, or all the teams involved in their Champions League pursuit, other than Borussia Dortmund, of course. Now, Newcastle came into this game, and they came into this game knowing they had to win, but also that knowing that Dortmund had to do them a favor over in Germany. And the thing they'll be kicking themselves the most, Newcastle, is because the crazy thing is Dortmund actually did them a favor. Dortmund actually did them a favor. So I'm pretty sure PSG drew 1-1 with Dortmund. I'm going to double check now, but I'm pretty sure Dortmund drew 1-1 with PSG. So Dortmund did them a favor. Like, Newcastle needed a favor from Dortmund, and they got it. They just couldn't deal with the business themselves. And whether you like it or not, PSG go through, and AC Milan taught Newcastle a footballing lesson. I'll be real with it. This is why I don't want Italian teams. As an Arsenal fan, I don't want to draw an Italian team in the next round. I don't want Lazio. I don't want Napoli, because Italian teams are dodgy. They're very dodgy the way they play football. Now, I say dodgy in a good way for them, because the game's never out of sight with them. Like, Newcastle had them on their knees. They were 1-0 up. They were coasting. The game was going fine. They weren't doing it. AC Milan were crap, man. They were crap. And then, out of nowhere, Pulisic scores, and then you see it coming. They leave Rafael Leao up front. They leave Olivier Giroud up front. You're sitting there thinking, why is Leao not tracking back? Why is he leaving a massive gap with Trippier? He's not going back. Livramento's gone onto the right-hand side. He's not tracking back. You're thinking, oh, Newcastle can get 2 or 3 goals here. Now, out of nowhere, on the counter-attack, literally Chukwueze's first touch all game, and he scores. And that is the definition of a smash-and-grab football match. The literal definition of a smash-and-grab football match from AC Milan. They win the game. And the craziest thing is, I did not even realize this. AC Milan could not even qualify to the Champions League today, to the next round. They couldn't even do it. Even if they won 7-1 today, the maximum they could get to was the Europa League. So they literally party pooped today. That's exactly what they did. They party pooped. They came to Newcastle. They came to the north of England, basically Scotland, and basically just crapped on their show. Because this was meant to be Newcastle's time to win the game and make it through to knockout round of the Champions League, or at least make it through to the Europa League. And they've won the game and got themselves in the Europa League. Guaranteed PSG Champions League football, even though PSG don't really deserve it, given they only drew 1-1 today, and they got a dodgy penalty a couple of weeks ago against against Newcastle. And they've sent Newcastle packing. They're out of everything now. That's the Champions League for you, man. A crazy, crazy turn of events that's just happened. And look, for Newcastle, they've got to take it on the chin. Obviously, it's never easy to get knocked out of the Champions League. It's never easy also because if you look at it, right, after 2 matches, they were coasting. They were on 4 points. They drawn 0-0 at the San Siro. They'd absolutely walloped PSG 4-5-1. So you're sitting there thinking, hang on a minute. We're all right then. Newcastle probably thought, oh, they could get through here. Then they lost both games against Dortmund, and that was a real kick in the teeth. They obviously drew to PSG, and again, they lost today. So they end up on 5 points because they got 4 points in their first 2 matches and 1 point in their last 4. Quite literally, they collapsed. I don't want to be too harsh on Newcastle, given it is their first year in the Champions League for, let's be honest, a long, long time. I want to say at least 20 years, to be honest. It's been a long time. I think it's the old days with Stan Collymore and all them lot when they were back in the Champions League. So here's the thing, right, yeah? If you're Newcastle, you take it on the chin. You take it on the chin. Look, you're out of Europe now. You're not even in the Europa League. You're joint with Manchester United. You're out of everything right now. I have to admit that point. I didn't even get to talk about Man United earlier. But yeah, so they're out of everything. But look, you take it on the chin, man. You take it on the chin because here's the thing for Newcastle now. They've got the Carabao Cup to focus on. They play a tough game against Liverpool. They've got the Premier League that's still to focus on. Trust me, it's not easy this year, the Premier League. Last year they got 4th place, but they got 4th place by default because Liverpool were crap, Tottenham were crap, Chelsea were crap. Basically, everyone was crap apart from Arsenal, Man City, and United were okay. This year, they actually have to fight for top 4 because Aston Villa have come alive, Liverpool have come alive. Obviously, Arsenal and City are still there. United, you never know what's going to happen with them. Tottenham have come alive. Brighton are good on their day. Chelsea might have a bit of a second season bounce. So you don't know, to be honest, man. You don't know. But I will say one thing for an absolute fact. Newcastle, you got to hold your heads up. Obviously, today was a little bit of an example of getting little boys. That's what I'd call it because Newcastle were good today. Like, in terms of their intensity was good, their football was good. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of net, and they got taught a footballing lesson. because AC Milan came, AC Milan conquered. They sat there, they sat back a little bit. They left Leao up front, they left Giroud up front. They didn't panic. At 1-0 down, and they didn't panic. They bide their time, and when they got their chances, they were clinical. I think AC Milan genuinely had like 4 chances today, and 3 of them came in the second half in like the last 10 minutes. They got their goal from Pulisic. They got Rafael Leao who hit the post, should have scored. Chukwueze then did score, and then at the end, you got my man Tomori, who's a centre back, who should have scored. That was their 4 chances all game. They should have scored all 4 of them, to be honest. They only scored 2. Whereas Newcastle had the abundance of possession, the abundance of chances, but couldn't put the ball in the back of net, basically, consistently enough. The one goal they did get was from Joe Linton. It was a fantastic finish. Absolutely fantastic by him. But look, it's just one of those things, man. On the flip side, you got PSG. They'll be buzzing they get through. How they've got through, I'm not too sure. They've completely got away with one. They've lost 4-1 to Newcastle, the team that finished bottom of the group. Yeah, they're somehow through to knock out around the Champions League. I don't get it. They got very lucky a couple of weeks ago in Paris. They should never have got a point from that game against Newcastle. So I don't know how PSG fluked their way through this one. I think whoever they get in the next round, unless they get very lucky and get, I don't know, some crap team in the next round, I think they're going out. I wouldn't even mind if Arsenal draw PSG. I'd like PSG in the next round, to be honest with you guys. I think we can take them. I'll be real. I think we can take any team in the next round of the Champions League. That's neither here nor there. I will be talking later on in the stream about all the teams through in the Champions League, doing a bit of like a prediction. Who do you want to get? Who do you not want to get? Who's the teams to avoid, etc. And all that type of stuff. But in the meantime and in between time, subscribe if you are new around here. I'm road to 5,000 subscribers. I'll be back streaming on the weekend. And if you haven't checked out already, check out the Jude Bellingham video on my channel. I'm dropping a very special video on the man right here very, very soon. 20th of December. It's set to come out in a week's time. The Kylian Mbappe special video. But let's get into your comments now. My guy's glory hunting PSG now. Bro, not even, man. Not even. I just have a lot of football shirts. I'm only an Arsenal fan, trust me. And look, I know straight up that PSG got very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. A couple of weeks ago in Paris. And today, they got lucky that Newcastle didn't win because it was in PSG's hands. Like, if you beat Dortmund, you're through. They didn't even beat a Dortmund team that was through already. So, look, I don't worry about PSG. To be honest, I think they're a little bit of a liability. They always subperform in Europe. So, yeah, I don't worry about them. Get back to London, you glory hunter. Yeah. My guys had enough when Liverpool became first in the Emirates Cup. Can't save Arsenal. Bro, don't worry, man. I'm an Arsenal fan. Don't worry about that one bit. Evening, Malia. PSG are through. They are indeed Sacre Bleu. I wanted PSG out so bad. I appreciate you on the stream, Edits Clan. I hope we're playing. Yeah, I'll take PSG 100%, man. 100% I'll take PSG. Here's the thing, right? I don't even know how Milan got through to Europa League. That was the bit that puzzles me the most. I thought if Milan win, they get through to the Champions League. But it didn't even matter because they were out anyway. They just had to win the game to get through to the Europa League. So that's crazy how they did that. And let's be honest, Milan were bad today, man. They were bad. Like, how many times were they just losing the ball in midfield? They didn't really know what to do. Like, they were crap today, AC Milan. I'll be real with you guys. But what they did do is they stayed in the game. And to be fair, they did what most teams should do. When you're not playing at your best, find a way to stay in the game. And when you do have your few chances, get the ball to the danger men and hope they convert it. It's exactly what happened. Because let's be real right now, guys, yeah? Milan weren't good, but they had the few chances they did get, and they scored from it. They were clinical. That's just how it is, man. I feel for Newcastle a little bit because, let's be real, on another day, they probably should have won this game. They definitely should have. I mean, you got Bruno Guimaraes, who hits a beautiful strike, and Mike Maignan, who has been flappy all game long, tipped onto the crossbar, and what is, let's be honest, the save of the season. So it's just little things that didn't quite go your way if you're Newcastle United. Who would be your preference in the round of 16? Copenhagen. I'd love to have them. They're crap. I watched them yesterday against Galatasaray. I'd love to have Copenhagen. 2005 year, 18 years. Leeds United won Europe as well. Well, there we go, man. There we go. And we could see Aston Villa back in Europe potentially this season. I prefer the old system. Yeah, I agree as well. I want PSG or Copenhagen. Yeah, PSG I wouldn't mind either. We'll go through all the groups in just a second, guys. Don't you worry about that. I'll talk through every group, how I think it went, what teams performed or what teams underperformed, etc. So just wait 1 second for that. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. My road to 5,000 subscribers. Now it's money that dominates football. Is that a surprise, really? Let's be real about it right now. Is that a surprise? That Twitch emote looks like you, bro. I don't think so, man. Can you load a video called How to Be a Delusional Arsenal Fan? It would be a really helpful tutorial. Yeah, this guy's a troll, man. P. Morton, appreciate you joining the stream. My friend, you're doing really, really well. That Milan midfield loves to give the ball away. Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. I couldn't believe it. The amount of chances they were breaking on the counter-attack, and they just could not find that final ball. It was criminal, man. Genuinely criminal. And here's the thing, right? Leao had one really good chance that game. And he did the Mbappe thing where you fake to go far post and you drag it near post and it came off the post. So obviously, yeah, it wasn't a clinical finish from him, but it wasn't a bad chance at all. I think it was a really good chance. I think the 4 chances AC Milan had today were genuinely golden opportunities. They scored their 2 goals, obviously. Then you got the Leao chance. Then you got the Tomori chance at the end. 2012 Alan Pardew, last time Europa. Yeah, so it's been a long time coming for Newcastle, man. Long time coming. Are you sad God's side went out? Very sad, to be honest. Very, very sad. I really wanted them to win that game. But that's just one of those things, man. That's just one of those things. Leao wasn't clinical. Not at all. Not at all, to be honest, man. Not at all. He's clinically hungover. That's the point, man. That's the point. But it didn't matter because they're through to Europa League now. They're through to Europa League, and that's what matters for them. So I think they'll definitely take that. They'll take that AC Milan. They're through to Europa League. That's the best they could do today. And Newcastle, they're out of everything. Crazy. Who would have thought after 2 games, they had 4 points out of 6. They were cruising top of the table. Now they're out of everything. It's crazy. It's crazy how quick life hits you, man. Crazy how quick. But yeah, let's start talking about the Champions League groups now. So, share screen, group standings. Hopefully, we can see that now. All right, let's go here. So, this is every single group in the Champions League. So, Group A, Bayern, Copenhagen are through. Galatasaray have gone to Europa League, and United are completely out. Let's be real about it right now, yeah? That Bayern going through was expected. Manchester United severely underperformed. Severely underperformed. There's no way Manchester United should have finished anywhere lower than second. Let's be real about it right now. This group, you saw Bayern Munich and thought, yeah, guaranteed they'd finish in top. Man United should finish second. It should be swap Man United and Copenhagen. But United completely severely underperformed. They're crap. Copenhagen, let's be real, I'd love to have them. I think they got very lucky in this group because United were crap. Galatasaray also let them off the hook as well because there's no way that Galatasaray should be finishing below Copenhagen as well. Let's be real about it. Group B, to be honest, the only surprising thing was that Sevilla didn't finish third. I thought Sevilla would finish third and Lens fourth, but that's just one of those things, man. It's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, Arsenal finishing top was to be expected. Group C, exactly as I expected. Like, bar for bar, exactly as I expected. Real Madrid went 6 for 6, though. Fair play to them for that, man. 6 for 6 is a very good return. Group D, wow, Sociedad finished top. I would definitely have thought Inter Milan would finish top. Benfica drop out as well. They're normally quite good, to be fair to them, in the Champions League. They go down to Europa. Group E, we've got Atletico Madrid finish top, Lazio second, and Feyenoord third go through to Europa League. Celtic, unfortunately for them, they drop out. And in Group F, obviously got Dortmund, PSG, and then Milan finished third, Newcastle out. Group G, obviously Man City finished top, won all 6 games. No surprise there whatsoever. They had the easiest group you can get. Leipzig second. I wouldn't mind Leipzig, to be fair, in the next round. And then Group H, Barcelona also finished top. They had the easiest group. It's actually a myth they lost 2 games in this group, to be fair. And then Porto finished second in that one. So, to be expected, to be honest, guys. Genuinely to be expected for the most part. I mean, I don't know exactly how many would say their predictions went. Actually, I can go through my predictions. I'll go through my predictions in just a second as well. Because I actually did the prediction for the Champions League, all their groups. I'll see how many I got right. But yeah. Newcastle focus on Premier football. I agree. I think they will. And look, that's not too bad for them because they have to focus on this Premier League this season. Last year, they got a little bit lucky because, obviously, as I said, only Arsenal, Man City were good. Even United were okay. Liverpool were crap. Tottenham were crap. Chelsea were crap. Everyone else was crap. This season, if they want to make the Champions League or at least Europa League, they need to perform. Because you've got Arsenal City, obviously. You've got Liverpool, who are good, who've vastly improved. You've got Aston Villa, who are flying. They're better than Newcastle right now. Tottenham are looking good with Ange Postecoglou. That's already 5 teams. Throwing Chelsea and United, I expect them to have some kind of, I guess, bounce sooner rather than later. Anything can happen. They have energy, no Thursday or Wednesday. Exactly. And I think they'll need that, Newcastle. They'll need that. Newcastle need to poach the bloated carcass of Chelsea in the January window. Some players too. Some United players too. I agree. I agree 100% with that one as well. Because here's the thing, right, Newcastle. They need to fix their goalkeeper situation. I've heard they potentially want Aaron Ramsdale. And I would not be against that, to be honest. I genuinely would not be against that. Because here's the thing, right? Aaron Ramsdale is a very good goalkeeper. And he's too good to be a number 2 goalkeeper. Let's be completely honest about it right now. He's much better than number 2. So if I was him and Newcastle offered, I'd go. Now, I don't think Arteta will let him go to Newcastle. I wouldn't if I was Arteta. But let's be real about it. I would go if I was him. I genuinely would. Because you have to, man. You have to. You're playing against literally bench for Arsenal, bro. Like, come on, you got to move your Aaron Ramsdale. I don't think Arsenal, you never know, man. You never know. You get Aaron Ramsdale. That'd be a fantastic pull for them. Absolutely fantastic pull. But look, like I said, that's neither here nor there. We'll see what happens overall with it. But guys, I've also got my Champions League predictions here. I'll go for it in just a second because I predicted it, and we'll see how I did side by side. We'll have to see. But to be honest with you guys, yeah, I can't lie to you. I don't think I did too bad. I genuinely do not think I've done too bad here. So we'll have to see what's happened. But I think we've done all right here, guys. To be honest with you guys, I genuinely think we've done all right. Give me a second. I'm gonna look at what it is. I'm gonna side by side screen them, so we can look at my Champions League predictions alongside the actual groups. But I don't think I've done too bad here, guys. To be honest with you guys, I genuinely don't think I've done too bad. Let's go through your comments first quickly, and I'll go through my Champions League predictions alongside what the actual results were. Because I predicted it right at the start of the window. United won't spend. They shouldn't, because they've spent enough money. You spent 100 million on Anthony. Like, fix your team, bro. You spent 70 million on a striker. Ineos, aka Ratcliffe, is worse than the Glazers. We'll never know. I don't think anyone could be worse than the Glazers, though, to be honest. Newcastle put everything into that group, 100%. So you got to respect them for that. You got to respect them for that. I genuinely think we need better goalkeeper than Ryan and Ramsdale. Brother, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% this. I actually thought the same thing. I would not be against, in the summer, after cutting both Ryan Ramsdale and signing a proper goalkeeper. I'm talking a top-tier keeper. Like, I've heard this Donny in Nice apparently is very good, this 6'6" Polish guy. I've not watched him play enough, so I can't comment, but I've heard good things about him. But let's be real, it's not happening. I think Raya will be Arsenal's goal number one for the very foreseeable future. But then again, Arteta throws a spanner in the works, because Martinez came into the team. He got rid of Martinez for Leno. A season later, he got rid of Leno for Ramsdale. A season later, he got rid of Ramsdale for Raya. So whenever he signs a goalkeeper, he just gets rid of them after a year. So I don't get what it is. Next year, he'll get rid of Raya and sign another goalkeeper. You can't win for Arteta, man. You can't win with him. De Gea is available for some reason. Heck, even Horwath is better shot stopper than the current keeper. Is that the brother from Nice? I don't know him, man. You're smart, probably got them all. Well, let's see. Let's see how I did. So, can I share screen? Let's see. Can I share screen? Entire screen. Let's share entire screen. Hopefully this works. So, oh bloody hell, it does work, but it looks a bit weird. Okay. So, hopefully this can be seen here. Hopefully this can be seen here, so we can see everyone can see my predictions alongside the Champions League prediction. So on the right, I can full screen it. We've got my predictions. So I put first place, second place, third place. Let's start with obviously the Group A here. Bayern Munich, I got spot on. I got spot on Bayern Munich. I got Galatasaray spot on as well. Just swap Man United and Copenhagen, and I would have got that group 100% right. Group B, I got Arsenal 100% right. I got PSV 100% right. Swap Sevilla and Lens, I've got that one bang on as well. I'm doing all right so far. Next, we got the Real Madrid. Oh, I got that one spot on. Look, Group C, 100% correct. 100% correct. All right, Group D, I can't lie, this one went a bit stinky. Went very stinky. I put Inter Milan to finish top. They finished second. I put Benfica to finish second. They finished third. I put Sociedad to finish top. So I put Sociedad to finish third, and they finished top. So that one, do a little switcheroo, but it's all right for the most part. It's all right, man. Next, Group E. This one, also 100% correct. So I got Group C and Group E 100% correct. Group F. Look at Group F, guys. Look at Group F. I got the Group of Death 100% right. Guys, look at Group F right now. I got the Group of Death 100% correct. This video, guys, let me show you, was posted 3 months ago, September the 8th, 2023. The receipts are here. The receipts are here. I've not changed anything. Tell me one Donny on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Sky Sports, TNT Sports, Bein Sports, CBS Golazor that got the Group of Death 100% right. I did. Look at that. Bang on 100% right. Group G, I got that almost right. Swap Young Boys and Red Star Belgrade, I would have got that right. And Group H, I got that 100% right as well. So look at this. I did well. I'm proud of myself. I got Group A almost right. Group B almost right. Group C, Group E, Group F, and Group H 100% right. And every single other group, pretty close. I think I did well. Let me know in the live chat if you agree. I think I did well with the groups. I'm happy I got Group F 100% right. I don't think anyone would have got that Group of Death 100% right. No chance. I got it bang on the money. So yeah, I'm proud of myself with that one, to be honest, guys. Very proud of myself. Got it 100% right. So my predictions, yeah, I got 4 groups 100% right, and a couple other groups fairly close as well. But I'll take it. Maybe I'll do the prediction. When the draw comes, I'll do predictions for next round. Hopefully I'll get it right then as well. But yeah, I'll take that, man. I'll take that 100%. One more time for people that just joined right now. Here was my Champions League predictions made all the way back in September. I'll show you right now. September the 8th. Can you see the highlighter? September the 8th. All the way back here. And I got the Group F 100% right. Look at my predictions. Look at the groups. Basically very, very close. I got 4 groups 100% correct. And other one's fairly close as well. So if you're looking for someone with ball knowledge, this is the right place to be. Subscribe down below. My road to 5,000 subscribers. I stream after most Champions League matches, most Premier League matches, and a lot of other games as well. Make sure you stay tuned down there. Let's get into some of your comments. So let's go to OMG. Osman's potentially signed a new deal. I don't think so. I think he's gone. Not in the January, but I think he'll go in the summer, in my opinion. I think Osman's gone in the summer. Manuel, I appreciate joining the stream. My friend, really well. Lol, no Victor for us. Now I don't think he's got. Maybe will come to us. He might go to Chelsea, or who knows? Maybe Real Madrid might get him because they're missing a striker right now. But I think he's going in summer. Victor Osman. I'll be 100% honest. I think he's going in the summer. 2026. Group F was crazy to Max to think if 2 goals didn't happen, Mbappe would be in Europa League. That's crazy. Mbappe needs to get out of Paris as soon as possible. I've got an Mbappe special video coming out. Anyone that watched the Jude Bellingham video on my channel, if you enjoyed that, I've got the Mbappe video coming out in a week's time. It's dropping on Mbappe's birthday, the 20th of December, I believe. I believe that's Mbappe's birthday, 20th of December. So yeah, it's dropping then. Edwin, appreciate you joining the stream. I think you're doing really well. Hey, appreciate you joining. Hope you're having a good time. But yeah, in terms of other Champions League things, let's see what teams got through. Let's see if I could do a little prediction then. Obviously, the draw comes out on Monday. I'll do my prediction then. If those of you that just saw my group predictions will know that my ball knowledge is pretty decent around here. So I back myself to do pretty well when it comes to the next rounds of the Champions Leagues. So if I look at the Champions League, who's in the next pot? I can actually pull up a Fabrizio Romano tweet. Fabrizio Romano's defo tweeted about it, man. There's no way he hasn't. If I look at Fabrizio Romano, there's no way he's not tweeted about who's in the next round of the Champions League. So where's Fabrizio Romano? Let me find this brother, man. Fabrizio, where are you, son? Fabrizio. So Fabrizio Romano, has he tweeted about who's in the next round of the Champions League? Yes, he has. There we go. All right. So let me share my screen. Stop. Present. Share screen. Fabrizio Romano. There. Okay. Hopefully, we can all see this. So my man Fabrizio, he's come back from his annual leave from the transfer window to now progress to the Champions League. So this is pot 1. Let me just show both at the same time, actually. This is pot 1 and pot 2 of the Champions League. This is who we've got right now, guys, yeah? So if we look at it like this, let's be real about it right now. It's tough. The Champions League this year is quite tough. I think the pot 1 teams, I think Real Sociedad, you want to get them. I'll be real about it right now. If you're a pot 2 team, you want Real Sociedad because they're a fairly nice team to get. Now, if you're a team like Arsenal, Man City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, you shouldn't worry about who you get because you're better than all these teams. Let's be real about it right now. Those 4 teams, Man City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, are the 4 best teams in the Champions League in my eyes. Now, who do you want to avoid in pot 2? In my eyes, you want to avoid, where are they at? Where's this team at, man? Inter Milan and Napoli and Lazio. Why? Because you want to avoid Italian teams. Guys, let me tell you about Italian teams right now, yeah? Italian teams, you avoid them like the plague. They always seem to do well in the Champions League. I don't know what it is. In Europe in general, Italian teams know how to get their way through games. Look at the game today. I watched Newcastle AC Milan today. AC Milan were crap. They couldn't string together a pass for their life. Yet somehow, some way, they found a way to a 2-1 victory because they find a way to win games. I've seen enough games for Italian teams to know this. Last year, AC Milan got Tottenham out of the way. They literally blew them out of the water. They also, we had Inter Milan reach the final of the Champions League. Inter Milan were nowhere near good enough to reach the final of the Champions League. Somehow they got there. And if Lukaku knew how to finish, they would have lifted the trophy by now. Do you get what I mean? So I want to avoid Inter Milan, Lazio, and Napoli. Now, as an Arsenal fan, I'll be real, I want either Copenhagen or PSG. So I think we can duppy PSG, and I think we can duppy Copenhagen. I wouldn't mind Porto. Obviously, PSV would be ideal, but we have them in the group, so we can't draw them again. But I wouldn't mind anyone, to be fair. Like, genuinely, I wouldn't mind anyone. I'd like to avoid the Italian teams. I want Man City to get Napoli. I want Real Madrid to get Lazio. And I want Bayern Munich to get Inter Milan. That's what I want. I want all the other competitions to get the Italian teams. Then Barcelona can get PSG. Arsenal can get Copenhagen. Sociedad can get Leipzig or something crazy like that. And Atletico Madrid can get Porto. I don't really care, to be honest. But that's how I want it to go. That is how I want it to go, man. Basically, that would be ideal for me. Because then we've got the perfect situation where we have a lot of the big teams getting each other out. Now, the draw, if I'm not mistaken, is on Monday. I'm on a train on Monday. I'm going up to Liverpool. But if the draw's at a good time, I'll be able to do a stream for it. Let's see. Champions League last 16 draw. Let's see when it comes out. I believe it's Monday. What time is the draw going to be? The draw is 12 o'clock Central European time. That's 11 o'clock, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's 11 o'clock. Let me check what time my train is. Because I might be able to do a stream. And if I could do a stream on Monday for the Champions League draw, That'd be perfect. That'd be genuinely perfect. That's exactly what I want. So let's see. Because if I could do a draw, Central European time is 1 hour ahead. Yeah, 11 o'clock local time. So we're good, man. So if I look at the draw, and no chance. I'm on the train at that time. Minor. I'll be able to do. As soon as the draw is finished, I'll do a reaction video of the draws and I'll do my predictions like I did for the group stage. I'll do my predictions for the Champions League last 16 round draw. So yeah, check out the video coming out on Monday for that. In terms of the other stuff coming out on the channel, Saturday, Sunday, we've got streams for the Premier League. Back as always, subscribe down below. You do not want to miss them. I'm so close to 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 before the end of the year. That is the aim. Very, very nearly there. In terms of the games this weekend in the Premier League, what we're saying. I know Arsenal play on Sunday as well as Liverpool play on Sunday. That'll be a big game. So we've got Forest Tottenham on Friday. I'll probably watch that one. Then on Saturday, we've got City Palace, and that's about it. Then on Sunday, we've got Arsenal Brighton and then Liverpool Man United. Massive game. So yeah, stay tuned for the streams this weekend, guys. You do not want to miss them. Who do you think PSG is going to force next on the Who do you think PSG is going to face next on the Champions League? They finished second, so they can get anyone, to be honest. I would love them to get Man City. I would love Man City to get PSG, to be honest. I want PSG to get real good teams. I want to see what PSG are really made of. Because they've really underperformed for me, PSG. I'll be real. PSG, throughout their lifetime that I've watched them play in the Champions League, they've always done worse than you think. PSG have got a super team at times, man. Obviously, they see their team ain't that great, but they've had Mbappe, Neymar, Messi as their front three, and they're not winning stuff. Are you crazy? Then you throw in the likes, they've got Donnarumma, who won the Euros with Italy. They had Sergio Ramos for a long time before he left. So they had Marquinhos. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's a good team, man. Like, they've got some good youngsters as well, like Zaire Emery, all these players. So I think, to be fair with you guys, yeah, PSG always seem to flatter to deceive. Always flatter to deceive, to be honest. Look, I can't wait to see who they get next. I'll be streaming basically every night of the Champions League when the last 16 starts. I'll be streaming basically every game as long as they don't clash. So I can't wait for it, to be honest. But who knows, man? Who knows? I can't wait overall. Let's see what happens. We're going to thrash Brighton out. Bloody hope so. I hope Arsenal beat Brighton on Sunday, to be honest. Gonzalo Ramos isn't that good yet. He's got a hat-trick in the World Cup against like Iran or something crazy like that. Or was it South Korea? It was someone. He's got a hat-trick in the World Cup, and since then, he ain't really done much, to be honest. He ain't done much. Let's be real about it right now. But yeah, that's neither here nor there, regardless. It's another beautiful Champions League night. Overall, I can't wait to find out the next round of Champions League because my team Arsenal's finally in it. And here's the other thing, right? Because Newcastle and Man United got completely knocked out of the Champions League, meaning they're not even in Europa League now, I think England's lost the club coefficient place, meaning that next year when the Champions League gets expanded to 36 teams now rather than 32, England don't get 5 spots, I'm pretty sure. Or they might do, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure England lose a spot then, which is crazy to think, to be honest. But hey, that's where the cookie crumbles sometimes. Oh yes, Man City versus PSG. I hope PSG win and knock out City if that is to happen. Yeah, I agree. I would love for that to happen as well, man. I would absolutely love for Man City to get knocked out. Because as an Arsenal fan, yeah, the teams I'm worried about is Man City, Real Madrid, and to an extent Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich can turn up on their day. So I want to avoid Real Madrid, avoid Man City, and avoid Bayern Munich. Now, we finished top, so we're guaranteed to avoid them. Arsenal should get through in their next game. They should do. All those teams should. Let's be real, the pot 1 team should get through because they're pot 1 for a reason. But it's always dodgy in the Champions League. It's always dodgy. And there's 3 Italian teams in pot 2. And Italian teams find a way to get through. They always do, man. They always do. Never count them out. Never count out the Italian teams ever. Ever and ever. They're always good sides, man. I'll tell you that for absolute fact. Always good sides. But I'll tell you one thing. If we get Copenhagen, I'll be absolutely delighted. But I know for an absolute fact that Man City are pulling Copenhagen. For an absolute fact, yeah. Man City will always get easy draws. Always get easy draws. I can see you're a PSG fan because you're wearing a PSG. I'm not a PSG fan. I'm not a PSG fan whatsoever. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm just wearing. I just have a lot of football shirts in my cupboard. I'm a football shirt collector. I actually had an AC Milan shirt as well, to be fair. But I had the AC Milan shirt and I had a PSG shirt. Whoever qualified, I was going to wear their shirt. So the AC Milan shirt's there. It had Rafael Leao on the back. I was waiting to see who I get. And obviously, if AC Milan got through, I would have won them. That's before I realised that they couldn't get through to the next round. So I kind of messed up there. So either way, PSG made it through. I wore my PSG shirt. I didn't have a Newcastle shirt, so I would have worn the Brazil one. They've got Bruno Guimaraes on the back. But yeah, PSG made it through. Fair play to them. I'm not a PSG fan one bit. If anything, I wanted Newcastle to get through, to be honest. We need a striker. 100% we need a striker, man. I don't think Gabriel Jesus will cut it in the big leagues. I think Gabriel Jesus, yeah, when a striker says scoring isn't my specialty, alarm bell should be ringing up here, man. Alarm bell should be big time ringing. I think Arteta needs to figure it out and sign a striker, man. Spend all the money in January on a striker. Don't worry about no Douglas Luiz. Don't worry about no midfielder. Sign a striker, man. Get us a striker like a Osimhen or Ivan Toney, and I'll be delighted. I know he's an Arsenal fan. Indeed, I'm an Arsenal fan. For an absolute fact. No two ways about it. Arsenal fan for life, man. Ain't changing on that. But yeah, I watch other football as well, though, to be fair. So I watch football in other leagues. But in terms of actual like Arsenal, yeah, that's my only team, man. Like in the Premier League, there's no other team other than Arsenal that I support. For an absolute fact. I'm a PSG fan and a Palace fan. Let's go PSG. Well, big up you, Luke, man. Long time no see. Hope you're doing really well. But yeah, you managed to get through PSG. But I think in the next round, PSG will get humbled a little bit. I'll be real. I think PSG are going to get humbled in the next round. If I'm completely honest. Yeah, we need an Ivan Toney. I agree. I 100% agree. I would love for Arsenal to get Ivan Toney. I would love for it to happen. If we get a strike in January, genuinely, our chance to win the Premier League and Champions League shoot up. Genuinely shoot up, man. 10 times more likelihood. Because right now, yeah, I just can't see Arsenal winning the Premier League with Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus. I can't. The Champions League, we've got a better chance. I think we've got a better chance to win the Champions League than the Premier League. But even then, it's tough, man. Because here's the thing, right? I worry about Arsenal because I worry we don't have the same, what's the word? Not pedigree. Although we don't have the pedigree of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and all those teams in Europe. But we don't have the same like game match experience. Now, what I mean is this, right? Look at Newcastle today. Newcastle showed they lacked Champions League experience because AC Milan, a team that's won 7 Champions Leagues, came to Newcastle as the underdogs. They were crap all game, but they found a way to win because they basically lulled Newcastle into a false sense of security, then hit them on the counter-attack and won the game 2-1. I worry about Arsenal because I worry that Arsenal, a team that's not been in the Champions League for 6 years, has got a very young team, will play a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich, a Man City, and everything will be okay for a second. We'll be playing all right. The ball's going around nicely. But what will happen to Arsenal is we'll get lulled into a false sense of security. We'll relax a little bit, and then what happens is Real Madrid will punish us because teams like Real Madrid, teams like Bayern Munich, teams like Man City, you only have to give them half a second, and they'll punish you. One little mistake, and they'll punish you. And they're very good at game management in the Champions League. Now, I don't know about Arsenal's game management because we haven't been in the Champions League for 6 years. The last time we've been in the Champions League, we got humbled. I remember being in the stadium. I was in the stadium to watch us lose 3-1 to Monaco. I was in the stadium to watch us lose 5-1 to Bayern Munich. I was in the stadium for 3-1 to Barcelona. Sorry, 2-0 to Barcelona. 3-1 to Bayern Munich. I've been in the stadium watching us lose bad Champions League games. I had a season ticket from 2011 to 2015 at the Arsenal. I had a season ticket for 4 seasons until 2016 or something like that. So I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to see Arsenal in Champions League. We always get humbled. So I don't know. We could be, if you look on paper, we're the 4th best team in the Champions League. Arguably 3rd. It's between us and Bayern Munich. So we should get through. But I don't want an Inter Milan. I don't want a Napoli. And I don't want a Lazio. I even, to an extent, don't really want a PSG because you never know. Saliba goes sleeping, snoring at the back, and then Mbappe scores. And suddenly, it becomes backs against the wall. So I want to avoid those teams. Eddie's not here. Not one bit, bro. I can't believe he scored yesterday, man. Always seems to score goals when it doesn't matter. Where was that goal? Where was that goal against Aston Villa off the bench? Where was that goal against Newcastle? Where was the goal against Tottenham? Against Chelsea? No. The score in PSV. And why didn't the youngsters come off the bench, by the way? That's another point I want to make. Look at Man City today. I didn't watch the game, but we had Oscar Bob starting. We had this Hamilton Donny starting for them. Look at all those players that Man City played today. Look at Newcastle. Lewis Miley, 17. He's starting Champions League games. Arteta does not play the academy. Have you noticed, guys? I remember Unai Emery and Arteta, you always used to play the academy. Unai Emery was the player that gave Saka his break. Eddie Howe plays the academy. Even Manchester United are playing Kobe Minu and stuff like that. Liverpool playing Ben Doak. Man City are playing Oscar Bob and Hamilton, all these players. When it comes to Arsenal, we don't play the academy. There's no Charlie Patino. There's no Ethan Nwaneri. There's no Miles Lewis-Skelly, Real Walters. How many times have I heard about Real Walters? He's been in the squad for about 2 seasons now. Don't see him start any games. Patino's been on the fringes. He's played 1 game in the Carabao Cup. I think Arteta needs to do a lot more, to be honest. A lot more to utilize his bench. If we won the Champions League, what would you do? Bro, if we won the Champions League, man, I'd be at that parade. I'd vlog it, man. Crazy. I would vlog it. For an absolute fact, man. For an absolute fact. Bro, I'd love to see it happen, man. Love to see it happen. The only thing I want to happen more than Arsenal winning the Champions League is Turkey winning the World Cup. That would trump everything. That would trump absolutely everything. He can't finish. Poor finishing. Yeah, Eddie, look, in big moments, he's just not that guy. Kang Lee was terrible today. I didn't really watch the PSG game. I watched the Newcastle game, so I'm not too sure, to be honest. But yeah, let's be real, bro. Is he really a game changer? Is he really a world beater? Let's be real about it. Yeah, Nketiah's not that guy. Not one bit, man. Jesus is good, but he isn't going to get 20+ goals. That's the problem. That's the problem. Jesus is a very good striker, but he's not. Sorry, Jesus is a very good player, but he's not a very good striker. He's not going to get you goals, bro. A striker, by definition, gets you goals, bro. They strike the ball. And if your striker can't get you 20 goals a season, you ain't got a good chance to win the Premier League. I'm sorry, you haven't. By Zaire Emery, what performance by him? Oh, what a player. What an absolute player he is, man. What a fantastic player. We need a scoring machine, 100%. 100% we need a scoring machine. It was a massive campaign in Champions League after 20 years. We come back again next season. Jordi, appreciate joining the stream, my friend. Commiserations to you. I watched the game, very unlucky. The saddest thing for Newcastle is, right, that PSG didn't even win. So, obviously, the way it was going is if PSG beat Dortmund, PSG were through no matter what happened in St. James's Park. The fact that PSG drew meant that it was all in Newcastle's hands. If they won the game, they go through. If Bruno Guimaraes' strike doesn't get saved by Mike Maignan, which, by the way, 90% of goalkeepers don't save that, then PSG might go, and then Newcastle probably get through to the next round, and PSG are in Europa League. But look, it's just one of those things, the way the cookie crumbles. You can look back to 2 weeks ago when there's a horrible VAR decision that gave obviously gave PSG a penalty against Newcastle. It's one of those things, man. You'll be back, hopefully. You'll be back, hopefully, next year. But yeah, commiserations to Newcastle United. Juzna Begum, I appreciate you joining the stream. My friend, doing really, really well. PSGW, but respect to Newcastle, they had a brilliant day. Yeah, I agree. Newcastle, fair play to them, because they came into this group, right, and they didn't expect a lot. They didn't. But they managed to, they were in the group of death, they put in a real good account for themselves, and they were in it till the final day. They were in it with 10 minutes to go. They could have made it to the Champions League knockout rounds. They very much could have. Newcastle didn't deserve fourth. I agree, they didn't. But that's just the thing. Sometimes you just get, it's just football, man. Like they haven't been in the Champions League for like 20 years, and it proved, because AC Milan, a team that's won the competition 7 times, came and understood the assignment, stayed in the game, and they bide their time, and they found a way to get the win. PSG, AC Milan, what's your thought? As in, who deserves to go through? Or I think PSG is a slightly better team than AC Milan. I think they're both bad, to be honest, guys. I think they're both really bad. I'll be real about it right now, yeah? I think PSG, what I've seen from them, I watched them at St. James's Park. They were awful. I watched them against Newcastle 2 weeks back. They were awful as well. They were lucky to win that, get a point in that game. And then I've watched AC Milan today. Oh my God, they couldn't put the ball in midfield at all. As soon as the ball went in midfield, they lost it. They couldn't string together any passes. I thought both AC Milan and PSG are very, very poor sides. Very poor sides. I fully expect PSG to get knocked out next round. And I expect Milan, look, it's Europa League, so obviously they should be doing okay there because it's a B-Tech competition. But who knows, man? But they did like the experience. I agree. I'm a huge PSG fan. I cried when they lost the finals against Bayern Munich like 3 years ago. That was the time to win it. I remember that final because it was a COVID year and the whole competition happened in Portugal. I remember it. That final was crap, by the way. Kingsley Coman scored. I know. That was your time to win it, man. That was your time to win it. But look, it's just one of those things. I fully expect... I've got a video dropping on Mbappe very soon, though. So if you're a PSG fan, stay tuned for that one. You don't want to miss it. It's dropping hopefully next week. I agree. Same, I cried. It was pain. Hey, Newcastle or Spurs? I prefer Newcastle to Spurs as a team because I'm an Arsenal fan. But I like the way Spurs play football. As an Arsenal fan, I'll admit it. I like Ange Postecoglou. I really like him. I think he's a top manager. Top manager. I like his philosophy. I like the way his team are playing football. I like the way he approaches the game. Everything about him, I'm a massive fan of. Massive fan of. They deserved at least third. PSG defense was awful. I agree. 100% agree with that one. Newcastle would be in the round of 16 if not for that penalty. They would be. And that's the craziest thing, man. That's the craziest thing. Because if that penalty didn't happen, they'd be 3 points ahead. PSG would be... PSG... Real... Bro, I can't even speak English. Newcastle would have 2 points more. PSG would have 1 point less. And who knows what could happen, man? Who knows? That would have changed the complete complexion going into tonight. But yes, either way, to round it off, PSG are through to the next round of the Champions League alongside, of course, what's the team's name, man? I've got their name. Borussia Dortmund. Mbappe needs to go to Real Madrid. I agree 100% with that one as well. I'm going to show you guys my predictions as well, as well as the full scores for everything, so you guys do not miss it. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that tuned in, as always, to the stream. Here was my predictions, as well as the actual final, the final results for the Champions League. So as you can see, Group F, I got my prediction 100% right. I published this video on the September the 8th, as you can see, highlighted right here. But here's the full Champions League groups. Bayern and Copenhagen are through. Arsenal and PSV are through. Madrid and Napoli, Sociedad and Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid and Lazio, Dortmund and PSG, City and Leipzig, and then Barcelona and FC Porto. The draws on Monday. Stay tuned for my Champions League round of 16 draw prediction. As you can see by my predictions here, I got them pretty good predictions. So hopefully I'll get predictions right for the round of 16 as well. But you never know, obviously, you never know. Can't get ahead of ourselves with that one. But yeah, Mbappe needs to go Madrid. Agree with that one. He's wasting his career. 100% agree there. Yeah, that pen would have changed everything if it didn't happen. Well, it's just one of those things, man. It's the way football goes sometimes. I hope PSG get Barcelona, bro. I would love that as well. I would love PSG to get Barcelona. That'd be a very, very good game. Guys, Man City or Liverpool? I prefer Liverpool, personally. I prefer Liverpool. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in. My next stream will hopefully be on Friday, the Forest versus Tottenham game. But if not on Friday, definitely on the weekend, because I've got a double header coming up on Sunday. Arsenal versus Brighton, and also stream for a massive game between Liverpool and Manchester United. I promise you guys, you do not want to miss it. The Champions League draw is happening on Monday. I'll be giving my reaction afterwards, so stay tuned for that as well. Up on my football, I appreciate everyone for tuning into the stream. Stay subscribed down below if you're new around here on my road to 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there just before the end of the year. I hope to catch you guys all in my next one. Take care.